film opens as a woman named Jessica is being stalked by a creature posing as her father, Ben. The creature takes the form of a hideous spider before Jessica wakes up in her bed as if it were just a nightmare. Jessica is the award-winning author of the children's book series Molly Millipede. She is married to Max and is a stepmother to his daughters, Taylor and Alice. While Alice has taken well to Jessica, Taylor still gives her attitude.
Oh, and cool stepmom moves. But Alley Cat, that's kind of our thing.
The family moves into Jessica's childhood home, which she had to leave after an incident with Ben as a child where he appeared to snap and attack her, leading to her having scars on her arms. Alice claims to be talking to an imaginary friend. She follows the voice to a space in the house, where she comes across a teddy bear that calls itself Chauncey.
Do you have a name, Chauncey? I like that.
Meanwhile, Taylor sees a strange woman, Gloria, staring at her from her window. When she goes outside to see, she meets a neighbor boy, Liam.
I'm Liam.
When he tries to invite Taylor to hang out, Jessica steps in, which embarrasses Taylor and makes her storm up to her room.
Laser tag?
Please stop talking.
Jessica and Max think it's cute that Alice has an imaginary friend, though she always appears to have Chauncey by her side.
Okay.
Gloria later approaches Jessica and introduces herself, saying that she used to be her babysitter when Jessica lived in the house as a child. But Jessica barely remembers her time in the house before her mother passed away.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
No, of course.
At night, Jessica overhears Alice having a tea party with Chauncey. She then hears Alice telling someone that they look pretty, and Jessica hears a woman responding with "thank you."
Thank you.
The woman is Samantha, Taylor's mentally disturbed mother. She lunges at Jessica until the girls get Samantha off. The police arrive along with Max, and Taylor confesses to her dad that she had been texting her mom, thinking that she was getting better. Jessica then puts Alice to bed and tries to talk to her about the incident, but Alice says that Chauncey knows Jessica would understand since she had a friend like him when she was a kid.
He told me to understand. He said you had a friend just like him.
Max goes away on personal business, leaving Jessica to watch over the girls.
It's gonna be great, and I need this time with them.
Bye, Dad!
Alice plays a scavenger hunt game with Chauncey, while Jessica slips out to visit Ben at the nursing home where he lives. He has lost much of his sanity after the incident, with Jessica still trying to reach in to talk to him. He becomes hysterical and grabs Jessica's wrist, causing her pain and prompting her to leave. Taylor invites Liam to come over, to Alice's displeasure. Liam gives Taylor drugs and tries to convince her to raid Max's liquor stash. After he breaks a bottle, Liam goes to get towels to clean up, but he sees what looks like Chauncey near him while the string on his back is pulled all the way out, playing the tune that accompanies the bear. The string appears in the darkness, with Chauncey inching nearer toward Liam until he lets go of the string. Chauncey then appears to take the form of a more monstrous bear before Liam falls over in fright. Jessica arrives and finds him, then contacts Liam's mom before scolding Taylor. Jessica finds that some of her drawings have had the heads cut out, which she knows was done by Alice. She goes into Alice's room and tries to give her a heart-to-heart about how she is acting out over her mom, which Jessica understands after what happened to her dad. She then hears and sees Alice outside, realizing that she was just talking to Chauncey under the covers. Jessica finds and looks at the scavenger hunt list and finds some items pertaining to the list, something that scares you, a jar of bugs, something that will get you in trouble, the cutouts of Jessica's drawings, and something that hurts. Jessica sees Alice grabbing a piece of a wooden fence and getting ready to impale her palm on it, but Jessica moves the board away in time, the nail just grazing Alice's arm. Jessica calls for a psychologist, Dr. Soto, to come and speak to Alice. Dr. Soto records the session and watches as Alice talks to Chauncey, seemingly speaking on his behalf. Chauncey starts to get more aggressive, calling Jessica fake mommy before Alice turns around, and Dr. Soto sees that Alice's mouth is not moving as Chauncey is talking.
Three ugly granddaughter.
When Dr. Soto privately talks to Jessica, she says she did not see a bear.
There was never any bear.
Jessica then asks Taylor if she saw the bear, but she says no. Jessica then looks at the tape and finds that there really is no teddy bear physically present, and she and Alice were the only ones who could really see Chauncey. Dr. Soto also shows Jessica footage of a boy named Lewis, who cut off his thumb after his imaginary friend Randy Rabbit put the boy through the same thing that Chauncey is putting Alice through. Lewis also says never ever, just like Alice does.
You'd never understand. Never ever.
Alice later disappears after talking to Chauncey again. Jessica and Taylor go out on the streets to look for her, and Taylor blames Jessica for Alice's disappearance due to her upending their lives with her presence. Taylor goes back out on her own and runs into Gloria, who invites her into her home to explain what happened to Jessica as a child.
He waited in that house.
Chauncey was also her imaginary friend as a child, but her father intervened and went mad as a result, leading to Jessica getting hurt. Jessica goes through her old belongings and finds a drawing she did of a place called Never Ever. She draws over the scribbles she made in her room as a child before Taylor and Gloria return. They conclude that in order to open the door to Never Ever, they have to play the scavenger hunt. Jessica gathers several items before getting to the something that hurts part, so she stabs her hand with scissors and puts everything in a bowl to burn. Nothing happens until Jessica harshly tells Taylor that it's her fault that Alice disappeared because she should have been watching her sister. With Taylor's feelings hurt and Jessica having felt hurt to say it, their real pain is enough to open the door. The ladies enter the Never Ever, a world controlled by the imaginations of the children who inhabit it. As they search for Alice, they come across a door showing the night of the incident in Jessica's childhood. Ben had gotten her out of the Never Ever, but Chauncey was trying to pull him back in. Ben looked into the creature's eyes, which is what drove him mad, but he did it to ensure that Chauncey could never take his daughter. Gloria closes the door that would get them out, as she has been obsessed for decades with finding the source of imaginary friends since she was mocked for her work.
Alice's imagination is everywhere.
Just as she muses over the endless possibilities of this world, Chauncey shows up in his monster bear form and tears Gloria apart. Jessica and Taylor manage to find Alice in a room made to look like the family's old apartment in the city. Alice is dressed like a princess, surrounded by presents, and she even has Samantha there. Jessica and Taylor have to convince Alice that it's not real, and Jessica manages to open a new door for them to get out.
I'm ready to go home.
Chauncey then goes berserk and tries to attack. Taylor and Alice get out while Chauncey chases Jessica in his monster bear form. Jessica stabs him in the eye, makes it through the door, and embraces the girls.
Come on, Jessica. Come on.
Jessica brings Max and the girls to meet Ben. Taylor apologizes for her behavior, and Alice calls Jessica Mom, which is when Jessica realizes she is still in the Never Ever. Chauncey always wanted to use Alice as bait since Jessica was his real target for abandoning him as a child. As it appears that Jessica will remain trapped as Chauncey's prisoner, Taylor returns to save Jessica.
Forever's over.
Chauncey takes his true spider monster form and tries to grab Jessica, staring at her with his eyes and nearly driving her mad like her father. Alice then sees the spilled lighter fluid and throws a lit match onto it, causing Chauncey to catch fire and to be sealed behind the door. The rest of the house then burns to the ground after Jessica and the girls escape.
Let it burn.
The next day, Jessica, Taylor, and Alice try to check into a hotel, but they get spooked when they see a teddy bear peeking out from behind a chair. It turns out to belong to a little boy, but he tells his mom about his imaginary friend Rufus. The camera then pans to show that the bear is the very same Chauncey bear as before.
But he's not imaginary.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and smash the bell button. Write in the comments section what kind of movie you would like to see next.